god.
Let me know what you guys remember from the last session.
Porn.
Let's see. What?
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Eat porn threw me off.
Most of you guys got some weird scenes when I wasn't around.
You got the special scenes.
Oh shit, I'm trying to remember.
So if I remember correctly, we left. Let's see. We left off with. I think the first thing that happened was Vera got attacked by Max. I think. That was
Right.
first thing that happened, and then
Right, okay. Yeah, he went nuts.
we had class skipped that day because due to apparent circumstances. Karu explained while everyone was in the cafeteria about kind of like what happened.
The moon.
Um,
The
that
moon.
Max had broken into Vera's room and assaulted Vera, and that they were. I think I did mention that they were taken by the teachers.
Right. Right.
But we ate food. Megumi upset Lucilia. I had to follow Lucilia out so that she could actually eat because she didn't hardly eat anything.
Right. And you did go visit the teachers,
And get Vera back.
and or Vera did come out. And you guys went up to the roof, had a little altercation, and then you decided that you wanted to go talk to Max. I think that's everything that happened. Does anyone
That's what
remember
I,
anything else?
I remember the attack had
Definitely
to
cook
do.
decent food.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I remember the attack had to deal with possibly the moon. Was that it? There was like a connection we were thinking.
Isabella mentioned something
Yeah.
about the crescent moon being crazy for
Making animals crazy. Yes. you did
Karu
hear
is
that.
not aware of that, but I think both of you heard that from her. Gosh, that was loud.
Did you hear that through my speakers?
No, that was from outside. I did not hear.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard it too. Nice one.
Yeah, we got some thunderstorms up here, so hopefully
Nice.
the power doesn't go out.
Death.
And yeah,
Right.
found out a little about the bunker apparently being in the middle of the island.
Yes, you heard. Kretsch told you that to give you a quick summary, that the island what used to be used as as kind of like a hidden port for Japanese submarines during World War II, but it was abandoned once they started losing the naval war.
Sorry. Oh.
And other than that, anything else?
That was it, right?
I think that's all.
I guess that's
Yeah,
everything.
I can't remember. Yeah.
It has been about what, a month? So, okay, if I remember, all of you have just gotten in the elevator. I believe it is everyone. Everyone except Max, who you're going to go see, and the teachers. Saffron and Judas were going to investigate things. Also, not Sora. Karu, you did kind of try to check Max's room after the event happened,
Yeah, I failed.
but the door
Nope.
was
I
closed and
tried
you
two
immediately
different
gave
directions
up.
and it just didn't work. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
That was
Doors were closed and you were just like, eh.
Oh, I'm not gonna break and enter. I don't have that ability.
Okay, so let us get some music playing. Upbeat music or more mysterious music?
Upbeat.
Upbeat,
Yeah.
okay. Upbeat music.
No, beat up music.
Beat up music.
Yeah.
Fighting music? I can go for that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're now getting off of the very crowded elevator. Well, there's two elevators, so you could have waited. And anyway, you guys are getting out of the elevator, and you reach I believe it is the second floor where all of the teachers' rooms are, where Max is supposedly being held. Yeah, this is the second room, second floor. And you arrive on the floor. It's Karu. It's like you remember it 5 minutes ago. It's just compared to the rest of the floors you've been on, it's basically just a plain room with white walls, rearranged slightly. Some walls have been removed and other walls put up to make more of an office feel, with the teachers' rooms in the back. But you arrive on the floor and you see Kretsch sitting in his nice mahogany desk. Just sitting there. You see, you actually see a cigar in his mouth with him holding up a lighter. Then he sees you guys come in, and you see him kind of sigh, and he opens up a little box, puts the cigar back, and puts the lighter in his pocket. As he sees all of you getting out of the elevator.
Alrighty.
Now, what do you wish to do?
For some reason, I kind of felt like Megumi was gonna do
Lead.
something very specific.
Do something very specific.
Probably call out Max or something. Be like, "What are you? Hey."
Yeah. So I'm thinking. Yeah, I know. Since he is my two heart boy, and you're only my one heart boy. I'm trying to think because what would I do? I'm actually kind of jealous in a fucked up way that she was that I was not the one attacked instead. But it makes no sense.
Seeing all of you stand there, kind of getting out the elevator and all of you looking at each other, Kretsch kind of looks at all of you and he says, "Is there something all of you need?" In his deeper voice that I can't emulate.
Is there any way we could speak with Max for a little bit?
Yes, speak, I say with a smile.
He says, "I don't know if that's the wisest decision."
Don't tell me he's still a ravenous, raving fool.
No, not quite. He seems perfectly fine. Actually, it's a mystery.
we'll be the judge of that if he's perfectly fine. So where is he, Teach? Smile.
Smile,
Like,
smile.
Smile, like, but like, tilt the head, just wide smile.
He kind of sighs and
Let me see.
puts his hand on his chin, on his little goatee, and scratches it. And he says, well, maybe you lot can discover something we haven't yet. But if there's any sign of him
There we go.
acting
Get
out
one voice.
again, run out of the room immediately. All of you understand?
Yes, of course.
Yes. I didn't mean to stutter. I was getting into
Other
what's his
guy.
face again.
Okay.
A bell.
Kretch. Kretch pulls a key out of his pocket and he says, "Alright." And he walks over to a door and he starts to put the key in the lock, and then he holds up and he knocks it. And then you hear Kretch say, "You have visitors, Max." And there isn't a response from the other side. But he unlocks the door and kind of opens it for you. And
I'll step in.
ah!
Immediately.
No, I'm just-
You just
Make a body roll.
You
No.
run.
Body slammed. That would be a little weird.
all right, Megumi. You go into the room. The lights on. It seems like a room just like the rest that you've been in, only unlike the rest of the, fancy rooms that you've seen before. This one just seems like, although it looks like a 5-star hotel room, it doesn't. It's not like your room, or it's not like the computer room, or
Like that weird
yeah,
bland
it's
sort
not-
of, yeah.
yeah, it's just whites and things like that. You just see Max sitting on the bed, and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, what's up?" He looks kind of awkwardly at everyone.
Hey guys, I say, smiling with that sideways, head tilt. I'm kind of taking a little bit from Akihiko's page. Except with my eyes open. Not the
Yes.
Is anyone else doing anything?
I'll say, greetings, Max. It's good to see you this morning.
Hey, samurai guy, what's up? Sorry about last night, I guess, or this morning. Or
Sorry.
last night.
I'm wanting to see what Vera's reaction is to that. Because she's the
Ma-
one that would be
Make
like,
an insight, or not
Most
insight,
effective.
soul. Make a soul
the
roll.
worst stat. I mean, it's not a worst stat, but it's not great. Yeah, it's okay.
You don't see much reaction, but you do see her, just the corner of her lip kind of twitch, just the ever so slightly. Other than that, it disappears immediately, and she just looks blank-faced again.
He's just sitting there, right? Is it like cross-legged on the floor sitting there?
No,
Or how?
cross-legged on the bed.
The bed, okay. So he's not like, yeah, I can still get down. Alright, I'll step forward a little bit and just kind of like kneel down to his level smile, and just kind of in a nice monotone. Do you want to fill us in on what the hell that was all about? And I'm going to try an interrogation.
Interrogation?
Yeah. Just because, I guess psychological.
Interrogation or intimidation?
Well, I want to go with interrogation
Okay.
because I do plan to ask him. I guess intimidation is better, but I do plan to ask him what the hell that was about.
You do come into contact with his shadow whenever you walk up to him.
Exactly. But I want to hear it from him first. And just like my hand that's kind of up when I ask this question will start to, shimmer in shadow. It's not, well, it's psychological, but still. Like I want to hurt him, but not yet. Not until I hear what I want to hear.
Okay.
I'm just very monotone. I'm not angry, because he is technically, by points, my boo. But he assaulted another woman, and not me.
He should have assaulted you.
Exactly.
Whenever you lean down and look into his eyes, he kind of looks down at the bed and kind of does that thing where he puts his hand on the back of his head and scratches his head, and he's like, for the millionth time, I have no idea. I went to bed, and then I woke. I thought I woke up in my bed, and then I opened my eyes, and then I was on the floor, and...
Telepathy. Let's see if he's lying.
Alright, go ahead. So, question, are you doing a deep probe, or are you just looking at the surface level?
I'm going deep.
Whoa.
Okay. So that would be a -3, so a 12. Okay. What question? Let's go over to game 2, actually.
Oh, alright. Later, sucker. No.
What question are you asking him?
I'm trying to see if I can get sort of subconscious. Like, you went to sleep. What did you feel? No, like, what did you feel the moment after you, quote unquote, fell asleep? That's my main question.
What did he feel?
Like it was like a twinge, like physiologically, like a sense of anger, like a losing of control.
He felt sleepy and he wanted to go to sleep.
So something took him over. Oh, so it's straight sleepy.
Yeah, sleepy, and his mind was kind of on Lucilia.
That's what I wanted. That's enough.
He was thinking about Lucilia, but it's strange because it's like thinking about her obsessively, and to the point where he's just like, I need to get to sleep.
Yeah, see, that's what I gave a shit about in my jealous girl rage. Okay.
All right.
And then she just stabs him.
She just stabs him.
Well, I'm
Damn
sorry.
it. There we go. Game 1.
I'm sorry, Max.
Okay. So I do that, and then I just sigh and I go, "Oh, Max," and I'm gonna lean forward and embrace him.
He's
like hold him sweetly.
He does that thing where it's like and then he awkwardly like looks to the rest of you behind you, and he just like slowly like pats your back. He's like,
I'm still holding him for another, slightly longer than normal, and then I'm gonna say this kind of out loud, near his ear, like I was gonna whisper, but loud enough for the others to hear. I was like, if you're so obsessed with Lucilia, why didn't you at least talk to her like a gentleman, my sweet Maxie? I'm still holding him. I'm going to squeeze. Give me a body. I'm going to hold him.
I'll give a counter body.
Oh, he slips out.
He doesn't
He is a
he
slipper.
doesn't slip out, but you don't feel like you're putting as much pressure on him as you think you do.
Yeah, this is frozen too.
Oh.
He's just like, it's not what you think, I swear.
No, I know. It's not what you think. You are just very, very tired. Must have been taking up a lot of energy, obsessing over her, and being the last thing you thought of before you went to bed. Huh? And I'm going to, let me try that again. I'm going to crush even harder because I want emphasis on that. There we go. Yes! That's a better hug. Maximum hug. Yes!
You hear me go, that really hurts.
Maybe.
Yeah. You have to peel me off. I'm just letting you know right now.
Sora in the back, he just leans up against the wall and goes, look at Max getting all the attention.
Gosh. All right. I'm gonna like try to separate them.
I will resist.
I know.
I mean, I'm just doing it out of reflex.
I know.
So go.
Max is like, can't breathe.
Is this is this just body?
Yeah, give me a body.
Unless you have like something, I guess, with strength, right?
I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have like any enhanced strength.
Lawrence in the back is like, Megumi, don't you think that's a little?
Okay, you're able to peel me off, so.
Looks like it's a little much now.
I squeezed a heart point out of him.
We're all friends. We don't want to kill each other.
Max is like, oh, my ribs. And Lucilia is just standing in the back with her arms crossed. And Max just says, No, you don't get it. It's not what you think.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
There we go.
I couldn't. Last night, for some reason, I just couldn't get Lucilia out of my head, and I mean, he looks up and he says, I mean, don't get me wrong, Lucilia. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, but I mean, you're not really my type, and I don't know why I just couldn't get you out of my head. So I decided to go to sleep, and then I just woke up in Vera's room. I mean, it was really bothering me. For some reason, I felt like I had to like apologize to you, like really, really bad, and I even was gonna go up to your room, but then I thought better of it, and you know, I thought Vera would kill me, so if I even tried to apologize, so I just went to sleep, and then next thing I know, there I am on the floor.
What were you gonna apologize about?
Smile.
Max just looks at you and is like, you know, the whole sleepover thing.
Yes. concern.
Max looks up at you and he just says, "I felt really bad about it, I guess."
Did
Right?
you talk to anyone about feeling bad about it before now?
Uh, I mean, no. I mean, that's why I was going to go apologize, but then, you know, I thought, it'd be better if we just all, dropped it and, forgot about it. But uh, then I, you know, accidentally went up. Uh, I was real tired last night, and I accidentally hit the 20th floor, and I was like, nah. And I went back down to my room and took shower and thought that might help, but it didn't. Still couldn't get Lucilia out of my head. And I decided before I did anything stupid that I should just go to sleep. And so I did. Or I thought I did. I mean, I think I did. I definitely remember going to sleep. Lucilia says, "Well, it seems like we haven't found out anything new, have we?"
Guess not. Just what just goes on in the mind of the average teenage boy is all. Smile, taking my heart point back.
Max is just like scratching the back of his head. And he's like, man. But really, guys, I don't know what's going on here. Could someone please explain to me why I woke up in Vera's room? He looks up at all of you.
We don't have a solid lead on anything. But we do, or at least I, feel like it's somehow linked with Leon's situation.
He kind of blinks for a second, and he says,
Excuse me.
"So, you're saying I'm lucky I didn't I hit the 20th floor and not the roof?"
Actually, I was gonna go along with this information. Actually, I was gonna
Guys,
go
am I gonna die?
I-
He looks
Do you-
really worried.
Do you plan on committing suicide or want to?
I mean, not at the moment, no.
But then,
Guys,
Can
I'm scared.
as pretty sure as long as you don't feel, I'm getting the feeling. No, I'm just saying this. That there is something causing heightening of emotions. Don't get me wrong. So Leon, we found, was dealing with obviously thoughts
The-
of potential suicide.
Megumi, you feel your shadow slightly like caressing the back of Max's head, and you just see him like pout even more, and he says, "Guys, I don't want to die." And then you see him all of you start to see like tears start to form on him. I'm really scared, guys.
Don't let your feelings overwhelm you. I believe this is how these situations are occurring.
If it's emotion based, then would Professor Kretsch be able to assist?
Perhaps. I'm not
Or-
very familiar with his abilities, though.
Feel anything?
Chiho, Akiho, you notice Chiho start to shiver behind you, and it's like, I'm kind of scared too. Yeah, I'm scared.
Akio's gonna turn to Chiho and just like grab her shoulder gently and just be like, I won't let anything happen to you.
Oh, all right. Then she smiles at you.
That was a quick turnaround. Okay.
180. But yes.
You'll keep me
seeing
safe,
as-
Akiho.
Seeing as Leon had potential thoughts of, from what we were seeing, potential suicide, if Max did at all feel like he felt bad for what he did, it may have been heightened by something or someone. Which is why you had an overwhelming feeling of it rather than just I kind of feel bad, you know?
Max is still kind of sitting there. He, shivering a little bit.
I was just wondering, because this is a good theory. I kind of look at Karu. I guess you don't need to roll, but my arms are crossed in annoyance at Max, but I do look at you like a little bit with admiration. You're connecting this together, and it makes sense. That might be right. Well, what could we do against something like that? Just not feel?
Well,
Anything?
that's
I'm not sure
kind
that's
of
possible.
impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you're actually like not like a person who feels emotions, which I've heard of something like that before. What are they called?
Sociopaths, Lucilia says.
I can't imagine.
But
I look at Akiho and he says that just very strangely for a moment.
I guess
I've seen you like have physical pain, but you're always got a smile. Or you're annoyed when you have to heal. That's it. That's all I think I've observed.
Just look at you, confused.
best.
What about
Huh?
Isabella though?
No, I know that. I know Isabella has had fear and anger, I guess.
That she states obviously, and I'm scared. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
I
So
guess
she's robotic, but she feels.
I'd have to say the best way to deal with that would be if you did notice you were having such overwhelming feelings to inform someone so that way before you did do anything. Like Max, not to say that you did anything wrong necessarily, but
Oh
it
no,
might have felt
obviously not.
that you were feeling these, crazy feelings, you maybe should let someone know next time so that way they can keep an eye on you, or perhaps maybe you can slap the emotion out of someone. I'm not sure.
Max is kind of like scratching the back of his head, and he's like,
You can tie yourself to bed with belts like they do at a psychiatric ward. That could work.
So
you can't
you
break
hear
out.
Sora in the background. I'll volunteer.
I'm just gonna give him a death glare, which probably turns him on even more.
You see a slight smirk in the corner of his lip, and Lawrence just says, "I don't think that's what." Sora says, "Shh." And
Don't ruin this.
then he looks back at you and smiles.
I'm just gonna turn away in my head dismissively.
uh, well, is that all, guys? Am I allowed to leave now? Max says.
I don't know if the teachers are gonna let you leave, but I'm definitely gonna look into this, since this looks like it could be a potential issue.
He's so brave. He's so brave.
We can all help, right?
Yeah. I'll put
Oh,
my
dang, I didn't mean to
detective
put the
skills
stutter
to the
in.
test. Hang on. I gotta find something. There it is. So brave. There we go.
Vera just comes forward a little and she says, "So you really have no memory?" Max says, "Don't. I really, really don't." He said. Then he says, "I mean, for all I know, you drugged me up there."
I know he said drug, like dragging something, but for a split second I thought he was gonna say
got
you
drugged.
drugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So brave.
Gosh dang
Oh
it.
man, the tables have turned.
Gosh dang it.
What'd you get for taking charge like a man? Yeah.
Lucilia walks up and she says, "Do you make it a habit of fantasizing about me?" And Max just looks at her wide-eyed and just shakes his head back and forth, and he's like, "No, I'm not into little kids."
Oh.
Oh, Echo just laughs.
um,
You you just see Lucilia, just her eye kind of twitch at that, and then you see her reach her hand out, and you just hear her say, "Then don't resist." And
She's going to use her mind crush.
wow, ouch.
And then he's
That's
just in a coma.
heavy.
He's dead.
Heavy crush. He's in the fucking shadow realm.
you see Max look up at her, and he's like, because she has her eyes closed, and he says, "This is kind of weird." And Lucilia says, "Be quiet." And then a second passes. She opens her eyes. And she just sighs. And she says, "Disturbing."
I know. To have his thoughts of you instead of me right before falling asleep.
Lucilia looks at you and she says, "What are you talking about?" "I was checking his memories to see if he really didn't remember anything." And she says, It's completely blank. I don't know what you were reaching in his mind for.
The last moment before he fell asleep, obviously. Thoughts of you.
Quaint and strange, as he seems to have not thought of me since. Very disturbing.
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure Karu and the rest of us will figure it out. That's right, I'm putting you in the spotlight.
Legitimacy.
Lucilia turns to you and Karu, and she says, "Yes. Let us put all of our faith in you, then, Karu."
Yes, if anyone can figure out this mystery, it's Shonen over here.
That's gonna be a little awkward for me. As everyone's looking at me.
Yeah, we all.
yeah.
Chiho gives you a thumbs up, and she says, "Yeah." And Lawrence just says, "We believe in you, Karu."
Akiho's sparkly-eyed smile, just yes. Together, the power of friendship.
Farah nods at you.
Well, we will figure out what is causing this, and hopefully we can do it swiftly before anything else occurs.
Akiho really wanted to use the line, the power of friendship.
Yes! I see it. I see it with your character. Thank you, Dave. Flawless.
Lucilia looks at Max one more time, and she says, "Oh, by the way, I suppose we should ask. You aren't prone to these random outbursts, are you?" Max just says, "Never happened before." And then he says, why do you ask me that?" Lucilia says, "Oh, no reason. Just covering all of the bases."
Not secretly a werecat.
And Max just says, "Is it because I can turn into a cat?" Lucilia just smiles, and you see Max just sigh, and he just says, "Everywhere I go." Well, are you guys done asking me questions? I'm kind of tired.
I'd say I've got nothing left to ask.
Same. And before you sleep, try to think positive thoughts this time. God, he's been thoroughly mind crushed. Poor fella. I, as a player, pity him, but Megumi has none.
He just looks at you and sincerely says, "Thanks. I'll try." And he looks at Lucilia, and he's kind of frowns and blushes a little bit.
I just kind of turn and walk out. I just immediately turn and walk out. Whatever. How dare he?
All
Well,
right.
Max.
Wait, yeah, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna
no,
say- Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna say I was gonna do the confused smile, looking around thing, and then possibly follow Megumi out.
Oh yeah.
Chiho follows you, and Lawrence just says, Max, I hope you feel better," and then walks out of the room. Max just says, "Thanks." And Karu, are you leaving? Sora leaves, and he says, "Don't worry." He kind of gestures towards Lucilia, who just walked out of the room, and he says, "Everyone's. I'm sure we've all thought about it." Then he walks out of the room.
Who walks out of the room?
Sora.
Okay. Well, are you?
It's just you and Max in the room now.
Yeah. Are you comfortable in here, or are you kind of wanting just to rest? Do you want to go?
Max he shrugs and he says, "I don't know, man. I want this nightmare to be over."
Well, hopefully, it was just a one-time thing, at least for a while. But we do need to be more careful around each other, kind of watch each other's backs a little bit, because if this is something that's going to happen, we need to be prepared for it at least a little bit.
Well, I hope you guys figure it out.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll all do it together. So I hope to see you soon. Whenever let you out, I guess.
Through in a pinch. There we go.
Max just said.
There we go.
Max just says, "Oh, good luck, samurai guy." And if you have nothing else to say.
So
Okay.
I will bid him goodbye for now, and I will hopefully we'll see you soon.
Give me an insight or soul.
So gosh,
GM. There we go.
it's so bad.
You don't hear everything Max says, because he seems to be talking to himself as you leave the room, and he just kind of lays back on the bed, but you do hear him say, "Why Lucilia though?" And then you hear him say, "Megumi has much better," and then you walk out of the room.
Gosh dang it.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm just like, all right then. Well, I'll catch up with the rest of the people, I guess. Is Crutch still in the main room?
Yeah, he is. Whenever all of you walk out of the door, he sits up from his desk and he walks over and he says, "So, learn anything new?" You don't have to answer that. I was listening.
How long do you think he's gonna be in there for?
He kind of turns around and looks out the window, and he says, "I don't know until we can figure this out until we find out he's not a threat to anyone?
I mean, the last incident didn't occur for like a couple weeks, so I hope he isn't gonna just be in there for 2 whole weeks. That is, if we even figure it out.
He turns and looks at you and he says, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep you kids safe.
I kind of roll my eyes a little at that. They've done such a good job so far.
He just sighs and turns back around and looks out of the balcony, and he just kind of mutters beneath his breath whenever he sees you do that, and he just says, I'm doing the best I can. How was I supposed to know this would happen?
That's mean. Oh, I just shrug, walking away.
Well, since he is our friend, I would be grateful to see him again soon, so that way he isn't, stuck in the room.
Kretch doesn't say anything, or, well, he doesn't turn around, and he just says, that's fine. Oh, and before you go, Kretch says, he says, we plan on resuming the classes the following day. So be prepared tomorrow.
Very well. Is your class tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Tomorrow then.
All right, everyone. You're standing in the middle of the office area, and Kretch is looking outside the window, and you see him fiddling with something in his pocket, kind of anxiously. But what do you guys do?
I'm oh, go ahead.
Well, I guess we should just kind of do with the day, I suppose. What time is it? Is it?
It's
Lunch?
probably around noon, yeah.
Yeah, let us eat.
We'd like to eat some.
Lucilia says, well, this is where we part ways then.
As usual.
Are you sure you don't want to, spend time with everyone?
Would it not be better? Damn it! Put the stutter in. Would it not be better for everyone to be together?
She just turns towards all of you and she says, as gracious of an offer as that is, I have other things to do. Perhaps next time. And she starts walking, or she gets on the first elevator and hits a button, and you see Vera give all of you a short curtsy and get in the elevator with her. Lawrence says, wonder what they're going to go do.
I mean, I feel like, if anything, they'll probably. It's clear, right? It's not raining.
Yeah.
They'll probably just sit on the roof for a couple hours.
Chiho says, "That's not very fun. Maybe they're going to get like swimsuits and they're gonna go swim or something."
I don't think that's the case.
Are you sure? Should we maybe get our swimsuits in check?
Chiho just says, "Oh yeah, that'd be awesome."
Knew it.
First lunch.
First lunch? Okay, yeah. I can make us some food.
That sounds reasonable.
Sora says, "I can't wait." By the way, he's still there.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling. Right, so to the cafeteria or dining hall then. It's a dining hall, right?
All right.
Or they're both the same.
Is that the consensus? Everyone's going to the dining hall?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what all of you get to the dining hall. It's still kind of damp from the rain. It hasn't dried out, but the pathways are, they're sidewalks, so it doesn't really matter. You're not walking in the mud unless you decide to go walk out in the woods or something. But whenever you get there, you see Judas and Saphira sitting at the little bar area. They seem to be talking intensely. And then they kind of quiet down whenever they see all of you come in, and Saphira turns and she says, "Oh, hey everyone. I guess it's that time already. It is close to noon, huh?"
Yeah.
Yes.
We all, and after the day we had, the morning we had, we could all use something good.
Yeah.
Well, I've been busy this morning, but she starts making her way to the kitchen.
Oh, no need. I can do that if you want.
That's very sweet of you, hon. You can help me. How about that?
All right.
All right. Go ahead and give me a cooking roll or home. The thing. Give me the thing.
Domestic arts.
Yeah.
The thing. Is it?
Very good food is made. With Saphira helping, it is even better.
Nice. All the foods.
The food is quite good. I'm pretty sure yes, she also has it. Yes, you with your help, you make like gourmet crab and just like ridiculously. There's like lobster and crab and escargot, and it's just a really nice thing. And Saphira's just in the kitchen humming, and you get the feeling that the cooking is taking her mind off of whatever she's worried about. So she just kind of goes all out. But yeah, you have a huge, delicious meal in front of you.
Awesome.
This will definitely improve morale. For me, hopefully the others.
As we start bringing food out, Kyo's gonna just be like, dun 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 dun.
Sora's sitting at the table and he says, "So, what do we do next? What's on today's agenda?"
Well, um,
Any we need some kind of clues, right?
yeah.
Lawrence says, Well, we. Has anyone. Have we even looked in Vera's room?
I yes. Technically, after the attack Max performed on Vera, I did happen to find them in the room, so I did look in the room while I was there. I didn't really see anything. I mean, other than the fact that she apparently was aware that something was up before he'd actually attacked her. So,
Sora says, It's worth another look at, though. More eyes, you know. Just saying. I mean,
Sora, do you have another agenda?
he looks at you very confused.
Oh gosh, really? It was pretty torn up. I don't think there was really anything else there.
Sora looks at the rest of you and he says, Well, what do you guys think? Give it a look. Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I guess. I'll give it a look.
Of course, Megumi's on it.
Yeah,
Chi-
I'd love to get some intel.
Chiho is just like, Well, yeah, sure,
That
that'll
is,
be fun.
but as Sora says that, only if that's okay with you, Karu. That is unexpected. I hope it's unexpected.
I'm outvoted, but it's still Vera's room, so you'd probably have to discuss it with her. Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, that reminds me. But continue on.
but yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone's wanting to. So yeah, I would suggest that we definitely ask
Lawrence says, yeah, I'd rather ask Vera before we start poking in her room. You know, she's got those like knives, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
What about you, Hekiho? What do you think?
I wouldn't want to be on the end of those knives, so I'd say feel free to go in, but I'll stay out here, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I guess you did get a kunai thrown at you, didn't you, Lawrence?
She kind of just looks down.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they knew we were there at first, so it was a misunderstanding, right? Hello.
Lawrence is just kind of twiddling his thumbs, like trying really not hard not to look at Akiho or Megumi or Chiho.
I'm just enjoying this food. I'm going with the lead, and if we're asking permission, sure. But if we're not, then cool too. Because I don't care. This is delicious. Like I'm actually like, yeah, another gourmet lunch.
You're just like, yeah, whatever. More crab, please.
I mean, it is pretty good food, and I'd be eating too.
Lawrence just says, so do you guys know where Vera would, any idea where Vera would be right now?
Like I said, I feel like if she's with Lucia, they're probably sitting on the roof relaxing, trying to kind of absorb all that's happened, the last day or this morning, I guess. That's my guess, anyways. If they're not on the roof, I guess they'd be in Lucilia's room.
That about that time, go ahead and roll me a body check, guys.
Uh,
Oh no, the food was laced. No, I was kidding.
Oh, gosh. Why is
10. I poo. No, I was kidding.
not bad, me.
Not bad, you.
so horrible?
Akiho, you see Megumi walk into the lobby pretty quietly. No one else seems to notice her, but you.
You say Megumi or Vera?
Not Vera. I meant Vera.
Oh, okay.
And
I was gonna say.
I just get up.
and around the time when you guys are talking about, well, when Karu says, well, I guess she'll probably be in Vera's room or something.
No,
Aki, Lucilia's room. You see Vera walk right past the table, and no one else really seems to notice her.
Okay. I'm just like watching her silently with my eyes, except for like the one line I did about like not wanting to get knifed or whatever.
She just walks over to the counter, to the kitchen, and you see her grab like 2 plates of food.
But other than that, I don't say anything to anyone else.
You see her start to walk out the door, making her way back past the table.
I'm really curious what would happen if they decide to go along with it, so I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. Give me an insight, Megumi and Karu.
Alright.
Okay.
See what they're on about. Inside would just be soul if you don't got
Soul, dang it.
Oh, yeah.
Not insight. Dang it.
D&D!
God, curse
I-
you, system! Okay, Megumi and Karu, you notice Akiho kind of look up, and she seems to follow, with her eyes, she follows something to the kitchen, and then just slowly follows something towards the door. If you want, you can turn to see what she's looking at.
I'm the only one that doesn't have my back to her.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll look.
You see Vera with 2 plates of food starting to walk out the door. Right around when Karu says, "In Lucilia's room," you hear the squeak of the door open.
What happens? Here's squeak.
The door opens.
God.
She does kind of pause for a second, and she looks at the table where all of you are, and she kind of slowly like just turns back and starts to keep walking. No one's going to say anything to her.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Sora looks at the 3 of you and he turns and looks and he says, "Whoa, what's going on? Did we miss something?" Lawrence is looking confused, and Shiho is too.
What did we miss?
Karu, you saw Vera walking out the door.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought I missed that perception check.
No, you noticed Akiho was watching someone, and you're like, "Wait a second, what is she looking at?"
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
So you missed her just like sneak by, but you saw me just obviously like talking about not wanting to be stabbed and following something with my eyes.
Wait, okay.
So you have an opportunity to stop her before she leaves the
Oh,
room.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. Vera?
The door opens and she's taking a step and she just kind of stops mid-step and then she turns around and she says, "Yes."
Apparently, we were discussing that there may have been some evidence of something possibly left in your room. Would it be okay to look around, or is that too much?
Go ahead. I left
Alright.
it as it was this morning. I haven't been back since.
Okay.
Then she turns and she starts walking out the door. And Florence just said, or Sora just says, "Was she here the whole time?"
Gosh dang it.
Chiho
Okay.
says, "I didn't see her."
I almost don't think I did. Well, I guess we have permission, so that should be good enough.
Lawrence says, "Huh. Well, that was easy."
Damn ASCII symbol. I'll find it.
Lawrence says, "Well, I'm done. So whenever you guys want to go, I guess."
Yeah, I'm ready. I look over at Megumi as she's still stuffing her face.
Hmm? Hey. Okay, I put down the roll finally. Like the last roll.
You put down a roll? How could you?
No, yeah. I mean, I ate everything else, but there was still, like a whole basket of rolls. So I'm just now that I notice, I make
Give
notice.
me a body check.
Yes, I'm gonna be bloated. Come on, succeed or be bloated. Where is? No, not my demon. My demon's bloated.
Well,
That's me.
you are not to the point where you're sick from overeating.
Okay, good.
I suppose we should take some of this to Max. Megumi, would you mind doing that?
Yeah, I guess. I sigh, but I am rather fond of you reminding me to still have compassion. Whatever you say, Karu. No, I sigh. I kind of annoyed, and I was like, sure. And then I'm a lighter when I say whatever you say, Karu, and I take it. Now I'll gather him up some food.
I
He's
suppose-
getting my half-bit roll.
Oh gosh.
Gross.
Funny.
I suppose we'll meet you up at Vera's room. So we'll see you there, I suppose.
Lawrence just says, "All right, we'll see you there, Megumi." Chiho says, "Yeah," and then she gives you a thumbs up. And she says, "Don't let him, rawr, grr, arr on you."
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can handle myself. Thanks.
All right.
So
well,
I'll go ahead and get him a plate of random assorted shit. I know this is gourmet, and I'm sure that this was plated perfectly. I don't know anything about that.
You're just
He's
throwing stuff
getting-
on plate.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Here's a brownie. Here's a crab. We'll throw the brownie on the crab. I don't care. if
Some of the
juice is-
crab juice gets in the brownie. You know what I mean? That whole kind of when
Yeah.
you're putting a takeout plate together. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kind of a dick. I didn't
Okay.
even think about feeding him, but sweet Karu reminded me. So
All right. Well, unless there is a detour anywhere, um, the rest of you go up to the 20th floor, and Megumi, you go to see Max.
Yes.
Any detour?
Mhm.
Nope. Straight dutiful. Drop off food. I don't need a detour. I need to catch up back to the group, but I'll run this errand.
Okay.
This
Well,
compassion.
first we can go to Megumi. Megumi, you get to the second floor
Mhm.
with your plate of food, and Kretch is still there. Only you see him now. There's a cigar in his mouth, and a bottle, very crystalline black, not black bottle, but a bottle, clear bottle with brown liquid in it.
Gosh dang it.
And he's not facing you when you come in. He's just looking out the window, and you see a puff of smoke come up, and he turns and looks, and he says, "Oh." He blows his cigarette, or his cigar. He blows his cigar
Yeah.
and puts it down, and he says, "Oh, hello there, Megumi."
Real cool, Teach. I have food for the inmate.
He he shrugs and he says, "Bad habits." And he douses his cigar and he says, "Now that's very kind of you."
Shrug.
He goes and he unlocks the door, and he knocks on it and he says, "Max, someone to see you." And you just hear,
Blank faced when I see him.
his hair looks all ruffled up. You're pretty sure he just got woken up.
Yeah.
But he sees you, and he's like in a t-shirt and boxers instead of when he was in jeans. And it's like,
Right.
hey Megumi, give me a
No.
minute.
Sure.
And
He has. I have one heart with him, but still, he's. It's too recent. Time will forgive. Maybe.
he comes back, and he has just, the clothes he had on before. And he's like, hey Megumi.
Hey, I have lunch meal here for inmate Maximilian Till. I extend the food.
Oh, thanks. He takes it, and he kind of looks up at you, and he just kind of stares at you like he wants to say something, but he just kind of awkwardly stares.
I just sigh. What?
He just I don't know. I just all this is just really weird.
Don't worry. Like we said, Karu and the rest of us will get to the bottom of it. Just eat your food and relax. Get your rest. We'll take care of it. Just try not to have any stray thoughts, huh?
He kind of looks down at the plate of food, and he's like, "I swear I've never thought of Lucilia like that before."
I just shrug. It's like, you're not into kids, right? I kind of give him a little smirk on that one. Very slight. I mean, it's visible, but slight. One-sided.
He's just like, huh. Yeah, she's a little young for me. I normally go for the older, I guess it doesn't matter.
He's screwing that up, like as he says, like older, and I'm kind of just like squinting. Like, yeah. Okay. But eat up. You'll need your strength, right?
Yeah. I guess I need my strength to go, appear in random people's rooms, I guess.
You have to go to class tomorrow, is what I mean, idiot.
Oh. Oh, wait, what?
Aren't you going to class tomorrow?
I don't know.
Well, you better be at class tomorrow. I guess we'll have to break you out and save you again.
Alright. I mean, we'll see.
And I'm gonna turn my head to the side because I'm gonna assume that my demon is speaking, just mocking him in this moment of weakness. And you, shut up. He's trying to deal with this, okay? I'm just talking to like the air beside. I turned to the side a little, like to the air beside my like shoulder.
He's like, you okay?
Yeah, it's just something I have to deal with too.
He gives you a very weird look. I don't think he's been informed. I think he's the only one that hasn't been informed. So he's just like, okay. Well, you don't go appearing in random people's rooms yourself either.
Hopefully not. But like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it. Just keep your head on till then. And no stray thoughts. If anything, think about food, so that next time you attack anything, it's something in the kitchen to eat. I say with my arms crossed. You know that's a good one.
He just kind of smirks a little and he says, I'll do my best. And he looks down and he says, well, thanks again for the food.
You're welcome. Inmate, I say, saluting, and then like turn around quickly and leave.
Okay. When you shut the door, you hear, is this Crab? Oh, and a brownie too. Oh, the Crab juice got in the brownie. Oh my god.
It's all like together. Like it's definitely not plated.
No.
But yeah, that's what you hear through the door.
That would be so gross.
Yeah, but he's a cat. He's part cat, so I don't think he minds.
You don't think you're heartless?
I love crab and like seafood, but that would be so gross to have like crab flavored
Chocolate crab.
brownies.
No, see, I don't. Have you ever like unsuccessfully taken home like takeout that's kind of like
Yes.
and it's like moved around?
Yeah.
With
No,
like,
yeah, that's exactly. But I made it like worse.
like when the dressing gets mixed in with like the sweet potatoes or something, it's just like, this is not what I wanted.
Oh, cool.
Okay, well, the rest of you, or actually, Megumi Kretch just kind of nods at you, and he just says, "Well, let me know if you kids need anything, and don't go trying to be heroes."
I'm just gonna do that, walking away, giving the Akuho peace sign with my back turned, and it's like, isn't that why we were here in the first place? And I just, like, as I'm walking off.
He just kind of sighs, and you hear a lighter light behind him, like, chick, chick. And then you get in the elevator. And and you hear him say, "She'd be so mad if she found out." As he takes like a big puff
The reefer.
of a cigar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the rest of you arrive on the 20th floor, and it appears to be the same as how it was the previous night. Vera's door is still slightly open, and the light is off.
Alright, I'll push the door open because I remember leaving it cracked, and since she said she hasn't even been in there, then yeah, it should be left the same way. Alright. There's looking at it again, I'm like, man, I forget. Like, Max can freaking tear stuff up. Because there's like claw marks on like the couch and like all that stuff.
No, there wasn't. It
Was it
was
not?
just no. It was just the overturned.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought at
There
some point
aren't
like a
claw
whole
marks
slash
anywhere.
through part of
No.
the couch. Like, dang. Okay, never mind. My bad.
So just overturned furniture.
Overturned furniture. So, is there anything in particular you guys want to check out?
I'll join you all momentarily. This is your time to shine.
I mean, my character has no deductive like skills or reasoning whatsoever.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Have you seen TV?
Yes.
thing. It's not good enough.
Do
Yeah,
I
no, I know.
It
notice?
doesn't count.
Are you going to? Chiho walks in the room and she's like, "Oh,
All of
uh,
a sudden, Sherlock.
yeah."
She dons a fucking like cap and pipe or hat and pipe.
You found out her skill. She turns into a genius when she walks into a crime scene. But no, Chiho says, "Oh, this is cool. This reminds me of like that mystery show I watched. Where it's like the investigators investigating crime scenes. Does anyone? Oh, let's dust for prints."
Dust for Prince. All right.
She's looking for literal dust.
And
How does one do that?
We need a brush, of course, and then
Lawrence just says, I don't know how to do that. Do you, Chiho? Nope.
do I notice any scratch marks on the door handle?
Give me a mind. What was that? Yeah, there's a slight little. Well, it's hard to tell, but it seems like there's a key wasn't used. There are some scratch marks on the door.
This is where the suspect entered. Like shit, everyone knows.
Yeah. You're
Just
pretty
saying it
sure.
differently.
You're pretty sure he probably didn't use a key and shoved something inside the lock.
So I think he broke in, guys. I don't know. I think Akio's kind of gonna try to treat this somewhat like a game until like Karo or Megumi, people who have actual skill.
I don't.
Yeah, so Akiho's like, I
I
think
want to
he
walk
broke
into a
in here.
travesty. I want to walk into a travesty, and it's gonna be
Let's
beautiful.
see. I'm gonna check. I remember the
Oh.
dent in the wall from the bedroom. Did
Right.
I
what you
develop.
see from a cursory glance, all of you, you see the couch in the living room is overturned, and you see that the bed is all ruffled, and the bedroom is just a mess. There's just things thrown all over, but it's closer to there's a big dent in the wall, or a hole in the wall next to the door in the bedroom. The living room looks cleaner, except for the overturned couch and some like magazines and stuff on the floor that got knocked over on the table.
Oh, what magazines?
What kind of magazines? Let's see. It's Max, so they would be like Urban Living and Home and Garden.
Wait, we're in Max's room or Vera's?
Oh, this
Ver-
is Vera's.
Very good.
Then it's like a political magazine about general news and politics, and like a shopping magazine for like dresses and stuff, and Home and Garden.
Akio will start browsing through the magazines, showing certain pictures off to Chiho.
Red is in season now,
Nice.
and Brown is making a comeback, especially in undergarments.
Oh. I'll tell Chiho she'll need to remember that when she wants to get the hero.
Teehee.
Teehee.
She comes over and she starts browsing through it too, and she like sees some stockings and stuff. She's like, that would look so good on you, and you know. So Karu, you see Chiho and Akiho kind of go off in a corner, and you see them like kind of giggling in the corner and like pointing at a magazine and like nodding, like, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna try looking in I guess the bedroom. That's the most messed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Lawrence is kind of just walking around the room. He picks up a few magazines, but then like puts them back down. And have you ever seen LA or ever played LA Noir, where you can just like go around and pick up random objects and like
Yeah,
look
and
at them?
spin them.
That's what Lawrence is doing, but just to like random crap. He picks up a cup off the table. He's like, hmm.
Or if you haven't played LA
Wow.
Noir, Shenmue, you're doing little shit. What is this?
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing. He's like, huh.
Just like
nah. But just like random crap. Sora is just kind of wandering around, just like not really doing anything. Not really doing anything. Just like, So he goes over to the magazines and he's like, so that's what she's into. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna do. I don't have investigation. Do I just use mind?
Yeah, you can use mind to see if you see anything. Anything in particular? Nothing that you didn't really see earlier. There's the hole in the wall. The bed seems to be kind of made, but there's a spot on it that's ruffled that you can kind of guess Vera was maybe not. She didn't go to sleep, but she's sitting on her bed.
Okay.
And you can kind of see that that it started on that you can see the kind of route where it started beside the bed, and then stuff got knocked over, and someone hit the wall, and then it seems like they made their way into the little main living room area, and then you remember seeing Max on the ground beside the overturned couch.
Right. Okay.
All right. That's what you notice. Megumi, you come up, and you are now on the 20th floor.
When I walk into, I assume, an unsecured open door,
Right.
that is the face I will make in Game 1 voice. My hands on my hips. As I see everyone wandering around with no direction. Just picking shit up and putting it down.
Yeah.
This candle could be important.
Notice that you do notice immediately Chiho and Akiho just in a corner, just like flipping through a magazine, giggling.
Just looking at people's shit. I say loudly enough the second time to catch it. You can, if you're in a different room, you can hear it.
Oh, Megumi.
Lawrence is just like, oh, hey, Megumi.
What?
Lawrence seems like he was actually trying.
Yeah. So
Sora,
I give
you have
him.
no idea what he was up to.
Yeah. What?
We were
What?
we were looking, trying to get a head start on the investigation.
Oh, is that what this is? I feel it.
Of course.
Megumi, maybe you can find something, perhaps?
I'm looking at Karu. I'm looking at you a little cross, Karu. But it's okay, my sweet Karu. You've never done this before. Leave it to Megumi, to help you. Yes, Karu, if you don't mind, I can, at least assist and kind of direct people what to do.
All right, where would you like to start?
So who looked the most useless? Besides Sora and I guess.
Well, Sora is kind of walking around, he's kind of doing what Lawrence was doing, only he isn't picking stuff up. He's just kind of like leaning over and looking at things real close, and then leaning back. And just.
I'm going to pull out like my
Chiho
little.
and Akiho seem pretty preoccupied in the corner.
Chiho and Akiho can secure the crime scene by waiting outside and keeping a log of who's coming in and out.
I
at
do
exact times.
A crisp salute, and then walk out with the magazine.
Chiho looks at you, Akiho, and she's like, and she does the same.
That's perfect.
only...
Yeah, you even removed something for the crime scene, which gives me that squiggly shit over my head. But I just let it go.
Only instead of a stern salute like Akiho, Chiho just like gives you a big sparkly smile as she's doing it.
Yes, log everything. Everybody who comes in and out. So literally, you guys are like the two cops that are outside of the crime scene, just like with the tape. I made that happen because you guys.
Perfect.
So I'm going to just like direct Lawrence to follow Karu and myself. With a notepad to kind of write down what we figure out. He and I. So
Lawrence is like, do you need me to do anything?
Yeah, that's what I want Lawrence to do.
To follow you around? Okay.
Yeah, and Sora is just wandering around. And so what am I going to have him do? He's just like an extraneous cop. Sora will hold a plastic bag for us to put evidence in. So he also follows us.
He kind of He makes a face. You can give me an insight.
Sure, or mind. It was a mind, right, or soul?
Yeah, my soul. I
Soul,
keep saying
soul.
insight. Whenever I say insight, I mean
Thanks.
soul.
What is it?
He
What do I pick up if I pick up anything?
he's got an aw man kind of look on his face. Like he
Well,
didn't want to do anything.
oh, I'll just. You know what? You can go help outside. Keep everything secure. Actually, patrol the area, and normally I'd have somebody like canvass the neighborhood or some shit, but we can't do that.
He gives you a little half salute and he says, "Yes, ma'am." And he walks over to the couch and like sits on it. Like lays on the couch.
God, he's so useless. But he can't do any harm if he's just sitting on the couch. Huzzah! We have the crime scene is secure.
Survey in progress, ma'am. And he kind of pats the seat beside him. If you ever need a break.
Sure thing. We'll keep that in mind. God, I should send him to go get coffee. I say this under my breath. Like you guys near me can hear it.
He gives you like a finger gun and a wink.
It hurts me. Okay.
So, what do we do now?
We're gonna start from the beginning. So
Sora,
I guess.
Surveying crime scene. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
so basically, with my role, I'm gonna try and figure out where I guess Vera was and Lucilia before the break-in, where they were.
Okay.
And then because obviously the break-in
route. We can
route.
do this in multiple roles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because I know obviously that he tore through.
Since it is forensics, it is easier than just kind of guessing
Yeah.
what's going on. You kind of know what you're looking for.
They
So you can see that it started out. There doesn't seem to be any traces of anyone in the room besides Vera, and Vera seemed to be sitting on her bed.
Vera was alone, sitting on her bed, probably thinking shinobi thoughts. I say that out loud. I mean, she's sitting on her bed.
And it was in the center of the bed, not like sitting on the side or whatever, so she seemed to be sitting in the middle of her bed.
Meditating, I'm going to just sigh. Sitting in by pointing to the center of the bed. Kind of like showing where the ruffle of, disturbed bedding would be, I guess.
I hope you
Right
guys
over
are
here.
taking notes.
Yeah. So Lawrence should be a good
hint.
boy. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that. And then
I mean, Lawrence is taking notes, but you've got to write them down.
Oh, okay. What was it? Sitting in the middle of the bed. What was it? Oh my God, Vera. I couldn't remember her name for a second.
Okay.
Meditation.
Question.
Summoning. There you go.
Blood for the blood god.
Exactly.
You have notes, remember? You can put it in your notes.
That's what I'm doing.
I know. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna type it in there too, so I can just copy paste later. But
All right.
they'll do that.
Lawrence is like, meditating. Wait, how can you be sure? How do you know?
She's just in the middle of the bed, sitting up. What other? I guess she could be reading. I don't know. But for some reason, she was just sitting in the middle of the bed. Hopefully, not summoning some dark shinobi secret. I guess the next thing we'll do is
Sora
I will
calls out from the other room. I can think of a few other things.
shut your mouth, Sora. I say as we walk towards the door, and I check on Akiho and Chiho. So
What are you
Log the-
two doing?
yeah,
in the
what are you
hallway?
two doing?
We are.
You're getting around to the evening or to the autumn section, or
The autumn section.
or the section of projected next season
Oh,
fashion, where it's a
Okay,
bunch of
yeah.
speculation.
we're making plans about
The future,
which way we'll
Chiho
bet,
says.
essentially. Yes,
Chiho just says the future.
the future. And
She-
I just like turned the page to Megumi when she walks up and is like, "Do you think this one or this one?"
You see a kind of orange
Yeah.
dress that shows a lot of like skin, like
I guess like
shoulder
for a
and
moment
stuff.
I audibly blink.
And the other one is like an olive color that's more modest. And Chiho says, I don't know, the orange is kind of bright for you, but I guess it'd kind of match your skin tone.
Flip a coin. I just say just flip a coin. I don't know. I don't do autumn fashions.
I could see it. If she
Chiho
was-
kind of pouts. Karu, what are you doing?
I'm just making sure I'm, like, whenever Megumi is stating that she's probably meditating, I kind of feel like,
Don't you have a meditation thing you can roll? Like, I'm pretty sure you had some skill.
Some kung fu.
Aren't you trained in meditation?
is meditation an actual thing?
I thought you had something like deep breathing or concentration or something.
Maybe it was a specialization in something.
Yeah, it would be a skill. But I'm pretty sure deep breathing meditation is a thing. Or
I think it's controlled
focus.
breathing.
Controlled breathing meditation.
I don't.
Okay. Okay.
He hasn't
But
found his center yet.
I do try to do normal meditation, but I don't actually have any skills related to
Okay,
it.
well, give me a soul roll.
Yeah, because I don't meditate. I write.
I mean, it's
Like,
possible she
man.
does that instead of sleeping, so that way she remains partially.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't know. I clicked on that and actually, yes, I attack. Yeah.
I'm being attacked. What?
And she
No.
goes like, okay, olive dress.
Yeah, I think it's possible that she does this so that way she's not fully asleep.
I mean, you can't really tell from the way the bed is exactly, but I mean, you sit on your bed and meditate, so it's not
Yes.
it's not, out of the ordinary. Or you could see her doing it. As for if she does that instead of sleeping, you don't know. That'd be very strange, though.
I mean, you can basically kind of. I know I'm using the term of trance, but that's basically. I mean, you can put yourself in a relaxed state where you're still recovering, but you're also aware.
Not Karu, not Sora either. Lawrence just says, "Huh. I bet that's really relaxing."
What the heck's going on over there?
Hold on. You just became Akiho. Just figured it out because of that. Akiho, you are now aware of my heart status.
Aware of heart status. Yes. Was just teasing, but now all
You
of
are
a sudden laugh.
Shit.
Okay.
We're not getting sidetracked at all.
We totally.
Says,
We are teenagers.
Okay, so
Lawrence
possible
is
med-
just like, Megumi's been gone for a minute.
Hmm?
Megumi?
No. Oh, you mean Vera?
No.
No.
Oh. Wait, I'm gone?
Yell her out in the hallway.
Oh, that's
Left
right.
the room. Yeah.
No, that's
So
right.
I guess you were checking the door, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what I was going to see. I wanted to check to see if he broke in, just to confirm, broke in using his methods that I'm familiar with. If he overpowered the door, and if he did, then how much? If
All
the
right,
door was
go
locked.
ahead.
Just because if he was possessed by some kind of strength.
All right, go ahead. He definitely, the door is not broken, and you see little scratches on the door where you see marks of someone putting a tool in there. So it was probably locked beforehand.
I'm going to clench my fist, and those of y'all can just hear me. He's like, he lockpicked his way in here.
Yes, I discovered this was his point of entry. As I salute.
Chiho salutes too, and she says, "Yeah, I heard her say that."
Yes, I'm reporting that I heard her say that. That's fucking. God damn it, Chiho's a treasure. All right, let me see. Yeah, so I just kind of shake my head. Just yes, thank you. That is correct. This was a point of entry, and entry was gained through the use of lockpicking tools. Notice here and here how there is no breaking down the door or even splintering of the door. It was locked, as Vera is very aware of her own security, and merely, and I'm going to show you the scratches where it was.
Just going
You know,
into
the
detail
thing.
that Akiho has already shown everyone, like, yeah, there's like scratches here, so he
I
probably
saw
got
the
it.
scratches.
Yeah, I didn't even know because I assumed they're all idiots. But anyway, so we write. Lawrence, take that down.
All right, go ahead and give me another roll, I guess, to see,
For forensics.
to see what happened after he opened the door.
I have no idea.
He seemed to go in. You don't see any disturbance between here and the room, so it seems like he got in and wasn't
Immediately
he wasn't immediately attacked. So he was at least quiet whenever he came in.
Stealth. And perhaps caught Vera off guard. He is a sneaky one.
All right, what else do you want to try to find out?
Now, that's
Or
like how
where's
he
your
so
next point of attention?
my attention is basically the overturn and the altercation.
Okay, so where are you wanting to start? The couch in the living room, or like the bedroom area?
The couch in the living room area. I guess it's being occupied right now.
Yeah. Even though it's turned over, Sora's kind of just like laying on the floor on the overturned couch.
I'm just gonna do like the dismissive scooty hand thing.
Is anyone else doing anything? Karu,
Yeah, I know.
you doing anything? You're still in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Feel free to help. I'm just like being me.
Yeah, you see Megumi walking around, seemingly, talking to herself, and came in
Pointing.
Yeah, he
If it
came in here
confirms kind of
sneakily.
time frame or time that all the stuff occurred, I will mention that whenever I did walk into the room, I found I found him pinned, Max pinned right beside the couch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will mention that whenever I found Max and Vera, it was Vera pinning Max down right next to the couch. So that could have been what caused the couch to overturn. Was possibly flipping him over the couch. Other than that, that is what I saw. So there wasn't much else. It was very dark. The lights were off. So.
All right. The lights were off. That might be important. Who knows?
The lights were off. She wasn't expecting company. Right, Karu? I assume.
Well.
So this is definitely a break-in. We have the sneaking in. He didn't come here to steal.
When did I hear about him screaming, "Must not wake Lucilia"?
Shortly before you heard that, and then you heard like the crashing sound, and then you heard Lucilia like yell something like "Stop, Max" or "Max, no" or something, or like, and that's when you came in. So it was him yelling that, then the crash.
So yeah, we'll take down Karu's witness statement if he gives us this.
All right.
I make you sign it, Karu.
Note to players. Note to players. Write witness statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll anything else? Akiho, do you want to do anything? You and Chiho are getting kind of through with the magazine.
The mag.
All right.
There are other magazines in there.
I was gonna say, I think we'll wander in and just like pick up another one, and then like kind of mindlessly just sit down at the couch right beside where all that's at.
Okay, so you guys are just like, well, let's put this one back on the floor, drop it,
Yes.
pick up another one.
Right where we found it.
Okay, this one, the first one you pick up is actually like it's called Gun World, but it's just full of all kinds of weapons. And Chiho's like, oh wow, there's lots of like, what are they called? Assault rifles and tactical stuff in here.
Huh. Is this like one of those magazines where you can purchase guns?
Yes.
Interesting.
What?
I wonder if she has one of these in here.
Oh, the one with all the metal and the black. I don't know how. I don't think she could fit one of those in her bag. But I don't know. I don't know where she. Maybe that's her power. Maybe she makes weapons. Oh, what if she sees a weapon and she can make it?
That'd be neat. I wonder if she has any hidden in here. Let's look, and then I'm gonna go looking around, like like between.
Oh, I'll check behind the paintings.
Behind the paintings, yeah. I'm gonna look like under or like between the box spring and the mattress kind of thing.
I'll have
like,
moved into the bedroom, so I don't notice any of this as they're fucking around.
Give me a mind check for weapons.
Gosh.
Yes, please find some shit. That would be awesome.
You actually do find what seems to be a thing of weapons in the bedroom. There's a duffel bag, just a plain like blue duffel bag, and when you unzip it, it's just full of kunai. The entire thing is just full of kunais. It's beside her bed.
I just kind of poke around at their no guns.
Give me an DCV.
A TCV.
Oh,
See if you
stab yourself.
I was gonna say I get stabbed.
You managed to not poke yourself
Nice.
while going through the bag full of sharp knives.
Awesome. All right.
That there are at least a couple dozen of those things in there. I'm not sure how she got them here.
I'm just gonna like stare at it for a second and we're like, well, I was kind of expecting this, but I was hoping for something more, and just kind of drop the bag and don't really bother zipping it up. And
Chiho comes through and she looks around and
Hot.
Megumi, you see Chiho wander into the room.
What are you doing,
after-
Chiho?
She says, "I'm looking for weapons," and then she kind of like she goes to lift up a painting above the wall, but kind of trips over the bag of kunais, and she's like, "I found weapons."
She was like setting the painting like to the side.
Yeah. And then she runs outside. Akiho, I found something.
oh, what?
I face palm and I just stand
I found
there.
a bag full of those knife things she carries around.
Oh, yeah, I saw something like that too.
You mean she has more than one?
I assume she's talking about the same one. I don't know. I just found the one that was hidden in X spot. I don't know.
It was
where
just
I found
under
it.
her bed.
Just under the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled one out
Just
from under
like
her bed.
tucked right next to her clothes and everything else.
Nice.
Chiho looks kind
plan
of.
of-
She kind of frowns and she says, "Oh, yeah, that's the one I found."
Oh, okay.
Well, let's not give up. And she goes and starts like looking behind the refrigerator and stuff. Lawrence just says to you, Megumi, they seem to be having fun.
Yeah, they do. Akiho, you son of a bitch. I just kind of mutter. You're such an enabler to Chiho. I can't. But the thing is, like, I can't cross you because you'll just make me go to sleep. Go to sleep now. Oh God.
Finger guns, and then you're just like, oh.
Oh. I know this.
Okay.
I've seen it.
I'm not a fighter. I avoid confrontation.
Just
Yes,
people
I
go to sleep.
merely avoid. Oh, you say that as you're like when you're older and you're walking down a hallway, and you're somehow a fed or some shit, and there's these hardened criminals that are like a part of a biker gang, and they talk about beating you up, and you just pretty much say, I tend to avoid confrontation. I'm not a man to like to dirty my hands or get hurt, and you just fucking knock all of them out just with your finger gun.
And do that thing where you wipe your hands off and
And then
adjust
push up your glasses.
push up your glasses and adjust your collar and just like
All the
such ungentlemanly behavior.
Yes.
It's done calling on the cell phone after you leave the building. I know your power.
And then it explodes. The building explodes.
With everyone still passed out in there.
Yeah. Oopsie. I guess I forgot about the timer. Oh God, you psychopath.
Well, checking your watch. Well, it looks like I still have time to make lunch.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Wait, there's
wonder
remnants
what's
of
on
more
sale at-
food in here.
Okay.
Fucking. I'm sorry.
But anyway, going back, you're investigating the room. Go ahead and give me your best check.
Done my best bedroom check.
Your best
I
bedroom
almost-
check.
Gross.
Oh
Terrible.
man.
Terrible. Look at
so
the double
bad.
one, baby. Double one.
Oh,
I can actually feel that. Fuck.
that's rough.
Oh
the
man.
worst.
Okay. Well.
I'm frustrated at this point.
You're
I got way
frustrated and
thrown off.
Chiho and Akiho coming in the room just kind of
Threw you off.
threw
like
you
it.
off. So wait, you were still in the living room.
Oh yeah. No, well, I went to the bedroom after face
wait.
palming. So
Oh, well, you never gave a check for the living room, so
oh, the whole scene as the living. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
okay, yeah.
So apparently I was
either
thrown off
way-
because also I didn't discover a stash of weapons here.
Yeah. So either way, they throw you off, and whichever you want that roll to count towards, the bedroom or the living room, is up to you. I'll let you know that probably the place where it started might be more important. So it's your call, whichever one you want that to be for.
I don't know. I might, if I get one more chance, I'll try and use it on somewhere.
You do have
Matters.
one more roll.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
okay,
go
so-
to the scene of the attack, I guess.
So
attack
what happened is you saw Akiho Chiho go in the bedroom, and they were like, "Oh, weapons," and you're like, and then Sora kinda you feel something on your behind for a second,
Oh gosh.
and you look down and Sora has just kinda got his arms crossed, just like looking coy. And that kind of, like, you're searching and you're bending down to look at, where things, and you just
So
feel
much
something.
shit So much shit is making me want to rage and scream as I'm trying to be professional so I can help Karu solve it.
Karu, what are you doing? You kind of see Sora kind of reach out and grab Megumi.
When you say grab, like, okay,
Full on grab behind.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because otherwise,
Not gonna say anything.
I'm not gonna say anything at least immediately because we need to stay focused, and that isn't gonna be focused. Or it's gonna be very focused. I should say it's gonna be very focused, just not in the direction we want.
You notice that immediately, and thus your double one roll. Do you do anything, Megumi?
I'm about to attack him. He's also powerful, but the integrity of the scene, my ethics. Oh my God, Karu,
So-
remember about defending my honor.
Yeah.
Do you say that?
No, but
No, but it is something I do
That-
need to.
well, remember I did ask you to defend my honor. Well, I guess it was mostly against Lucilia, but it is my honor still.
It was
Lau-
more general.
Lawrence is looking, kind of sees you jump, Megumi, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, you okay? Did something poke you?"
I'm about to get angry. God, I'm about to scar his hand.
Lawrence is like, "What's wrong?" He's not grabbing you anymore, but he's just like kind of looking off in the distance. Sora's kind of like looking off in the distance, just laying on the couch.
Oh, he's not looking towards us.
Not anymore. He's kind of like doing that thing where he's looking at the ceiling, like,
By my will, I
Is he laying
bind you with
on the couch?
shit. And I just kind of let it go.
Is he laying on the couch?
Oh yeah, he's still laying on the couch. He just kind of
Okay.
like reached up, grabbed, and reached
Alright.
his hand back.
I'm gonna flip
what?
the couch over.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, we need to look under this and flip it over.
Just flip it over.
Yeah.
All right. You just lift the couch up, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you?" And he lands and he knocks over the little table, that wasn't knocked over on the other side.
Oh.
It's like, and more like a lamp falls on him.
Oh God.
It's like, oh, warn me next time.
I did.
Oh,
You weren't quick enough.
my head. Oh, my
All
head.
right. Do you see anything under this, Megumi?
I just say smiling. No, I guess not. But it was worth checking. Clues can be anywhere.
Glad I could help. Sora just says, as he's just like rubbing his head, like, oh.
There we go.
Lawrence is like looking back and forth between everyone who's in a with a what just happened kind of look, and he's like, so nothing in here, I guess.
I think we need to continue on to the bedroom at this point. It
Okay.
doesn't seem like there's much else we can look at in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time, only executive detective staff inside. That means you all stay here and keep doing whatever you're doing. Good work. I say, kind of starting off.
Whenever you say everyone, you see Chiho kind of jump and drop a painting that just falls to the ground. It's like,
God.
ah!
God.
and she picks it up and she's like, it's not broken, it's not broken. She hangs it back up on the wall.
No one saw anything.
And then she kind of like leans against the wall, just like, ha 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 ha. No weapons here.
How about are there any cabinets in her bedroom?
Any cabinets in her bedroom? Yes, there are cabinets beside her bed, and there is a
Oh
closet
God, y'all
as
want to
well.
go in there?
I'm just nosing through the drawers.
Nosing through the drawers, you see a diary.
Oh, hey.
It's got a tiny little lock on it.
I pick it up and show Chiho, and then put it back down.
It's a very bland black, like black leather binding. But yeah, there's a diary there with a little lock on it. It's also pretty thick. Seems to be more like a book than a diary. What gives it away is the letters that say journal. Other than
Awesome.
that, it doesn't appear that there's a dagger, a little kunai.
So many kunai.
So many kunai. I kind of just ignore the kunai and just toss that somewhere. But yeah, after I had found the journal, I just like yelled out about that real fast. Hey, Chiho, look what I found. And then just set it back in there and don't bother with it.
You also see in the drawers lots of panties and bras.
Yeah, I just keep
Y'all are
looking past that.
hero humans.
Just digging through it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just looking
you
for
found
anything
the
hidden.
diary under the underwear. So you just leisurely put it back under there.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not trying too hard to be discreet or anything. I'm just
Rifling.
There's
Yeah,
an entire
totally
drawer full of maid outfits. That just all maid outfits.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm going to definitely show that to someone else real fast.
Oh my God.
you bring out just like a full outfit.
Yeah. Just
Into-
like one full
into
one.
the-
And
Do you like hold it in front of yourself? Like, look at me.
yes, I do.
Chiho claps her hands together, and she said, "Oh, are there more? We can be maids."
Yeah, I found quite a few.
Chiho, of course, is like, "Oh, let me see." And she goes in there and grabs one, and she says, Uh, I wonder if they'll fit. Do you think they'll fit? We should try them on.
Yes. Yes, we should.
Okay. Are you going to go try, go put on Vera's clothes?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Okay. Are you doing it in front of the guys?
No.
Okay. So you go out in the hallway or somewhere, the bathroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say bathroom probably.
Okay. You and Chiho go in the bathroom. Lawrence is like, I don't know if Vera would. And then you kind of just close the door to the bathroom.
Yes.
Vera's gonna
Um,
kill us all.
Seriously. I
Okay.
mean, kunai. All those found kunais will be fucking. Oh yeah, like embedded in each and every one of us.
Gosh.
Let's see. I don't. Oh yes. Akiho, you put on the suit fairly easily. The only thing is it's a little loose because she's a little bit taller than you, and it seems like they were tailor made, so it's a little long. And the stockings that come with it are a little baggy because of that. Chiho's trying to put the uh, the shirt on, but she's having a hard time getting it over her chest. And she's like, well, she's not. We're about the same size. Why am I having so much trouble?
I was going to offer to help until you said that, and then I'm just gonna be like, you'll get there.
Okay.
Here, try wrapping some cloth around. And I give her to just bind herself with.
Before you do that, she kind of pulls like really hard, and you see, and it slips on. It's like, ugh! And it's on, but it is. It seems to fit her fine, except for one area in particular where it's really, really bulging out.
Yes.
But she goes, there, and then she like pirouettes, and she says, "I'm a maid. I'm so fancy." And then she does like a fake. She tries to imitate Vera's kind of like bow thing, and she says, "My queen."
I reciprocate.
She laughs. Do you
And-
guys come out of the bathroom like
I
that?
was gonna say yes, we do. We
Okay.
absolutely go out.
All right. Immediately, you hear Sora say, "Hello."
Oh jeez.
And he just kind of sits there and just stares. It's like, and he says, "I like the look." And he
Well,
just-
thank you. I just say kind of normally, and then just look away and.
Lawrence has like both his hands on his face, and he's just like, "Oh God, I wasn't part of this. I wasn't. Everyone's gonna let her know I had no part of this."
I think we need to attend to our mistress, I say to Chiho, and now I'm gonna treat Megumi as
Oh no!
Lucilia.
You asshole.
Chiho gives you that sideways glance. It's like, huh? Oh, right. All right, Megumi, you are in the bedroom.
Try.
I will. Yep. I will make the bedroom roll super serious. I'm
Super
doing my best to focus.
Karu is
Spend 10
there.
energy for a +1.
Oh yeah, I can, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can. You can do that. You want this roll high, so
Yeah.
give yourself all the bonuses you can.
All right.
I'll spend the energy +1. I almost hit seduction. Ah, beautiful. No.
I'm
Just
beautiful.
seduce the room into telling you what.
Yeah. With a
Oh my
9.
god.
What?
I'm still razzled.
Well, actually, it's a 10 because it's under your
Oh
specialty.
yeah, it's forensic.
Oh, right. So
Ah,
it's 10.
right.
Hooray.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
It's
Well,
only...
It's competent.
Yes.
you can't read the scene like it's happening in front of you, but you do pick up some things that Karu missed. Specifically, since you know what you're doing and you're being methodical, checking everything. That brought the DC quote unquote down because of forensics. But what you see was seems like Vera was sitting on her bed. You seems like she was sitting in her bed, and you look really close at the entrance, and you see a little thing of cat hair right at the entrance.
Cat hair.
Black cat hair.
Yeah.
And then you see the bed is really ruffled on the side, so it seems like she kind of jumped out of bed fast.
So this is where he was noticed.
And you see beside the bed, it's kind of messed up right there. So it seems to indicate that well,
Did the struggle initially take place here?
yeah, it seems like the struggle initially started in the room. It seems like there was a fight back and forth, and eventually it seems like one of them got slammed into the wall. You see, actually, beside the in the wall, you notice there's a little notch in the wall that looks like it wasn't from getting slammed into the wall. It looks like there was a like something stabbed inside the wall. So she probably threw one of her knives.
Kunai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like there was obviously a struggle.
Could I tell that she wasn't trying to kill him at least, but like hold him off? Or was she
there's
trying
not
to
a
kill?
there's not enough
Not enough
detail.
Yeah.
What you
Just
do
a
see
struggle.
whenever you look down, though, beside the wall, is there's a kunai laying on the ground right there. There's a little bit of blood on it.
So he was hit.
And it seems like it was just left there. It doesn't look like it was the one that was in the wall, though, because, just the way that...
I wonder if he was... I'm saying this out loud. I wonder if this hit him and he just didn't feel it.
And you can... From that, you can see that... that
Fight kind
dagger
of left
was...
the room.
Yeah. The dagger was left there, and seems like he tried to get out of the room at that point. And then whatever happened in the living room to cause the
Yeah. And so as I'm like looking at the ground, trying like slowly walking outside of that room into the living room, like mentioning all this out loud. It's like, so it looks like once he was hit with the kunai, he must have fled, not expecting this result, or... and I walk into the living room at that point, looking down, like my hands kind of like hovering over the floor. You know what I mean? Like open. And I walk into the living room, and what do I see?
2 maids waiting to attend to you.
I see like like a maid, like the frills of two maid outfits.
And 2 things very close to popping out.
Slowly, I reach my eyes up, and then I see Megumi, and then of course
You
that
are
smile. Or Megumi, I'm sorry, yeah, Chiho, and that
Are you
smile.
curtseying, Akiho?
Absolutely.
Chiho is as well.
Oh God, in unison.
Madam,
Here to serve you,
Chiho
mistress.
says.
You're wearing her clothes. You do realize, if I told Vera that you were wearing her clothes, what she would do to you, right?
You see Lawrence over there, like, holding his hands over his eyes, like, I don't see anything. I'm not here. I'm not here. And you see Sora just standing there with his mouth just open.
Yeah, my mouth just dropped, like that cartoon coyote.
Yeah.
We only want to serve the mistress.
And I'm not sure what Karu is doing. Karu, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm typing out my notes.
Oh, okay.
So we enter the living area after looking into the bedroom, and we find what?
2 maids bowing.
Two maids curtsying to me. I'm just dumbfounded. And then I mentioned, what would happen if I told Vera that you tried on her outfits, right? Like it's like a plain threat.
You do know if they're next door, they can probably hear us.
Like threatening. It's not street though, but it's just literal threat.
I don't even need to threat. I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
Are you intimidated? That's a pretty
Me?
good intimidation.
What do I roll?
Soul, I guess.
PvP.
Yes,
It's rather
actually, I am.
intimidating.
I'm just being flat out honest too.
The image of Vera chasing you with the kunai pops into your head.
Yeah, I guess we should change. Come on, Chiho.
Chiho looks at you sideways and she says, "Aw, but I look so good. Can we at least get a picture first?"
Yes, photo evidence would be wonderful. I'm just adding on to it.
If you really want the outfit, you could just ask Vera for it.
I slowly turn my head towards you, Karu,
It's a serious question.
because you're also
So-
enabling.
So,
You slowly turn it.
Sora says, "I mean, I think it looks great. I think you should definitely ask."
Maybe later. Still acting under intimidation.
Chiho just kind of pouts. She says, "Aw, okay."
And just leave it, go back and get changed.
Chiho can't get it off. She's like, Akiho, help!
I roll to assist.
Let's roll to assist.
Can
Okay.
I look at the kunai?
Yeah, you
Can
can
we
pick up
actually-
the kunai.
I just
It's on
want
the ground.
back the material, I guess.
Material? It seems to be made out of metal. It's the only out of place kunai you've seen in here. Let me roll a D100. High or low?
Hi.
High. Okay. There's a 60% chance. Whew. Akiho, you hear a ripping sound.
Nice.
As the maid outfit slips right off, and Chiho goes, "Oh well, that feels a lot less tight."
God.
I think we should put this back where we found it and pretend we never saw anything.
Oh, okay.
I just carefully fold up the dresses and then put them back in the drawer where I found them, as if we hadn't touched them.
Chiho, Chiho just is like, as you're folding them up, and she's like, "You would make a really good maid, Akiho. You really pulled that off."
Oh, thank you. I am used to doing chores around the house.
Lawrence just says, "Please tell me those. Please tell me those are okay. Please tell me you didn't like mess them up or anything."
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess what up? I
saw
smile at him
nothing.
with a confused face.
I wasn't even in the room. Lawrence just walks out.
Note: Lawrence leaves the room.
Yes.
Poor Lawrence. We're gonna be the death of him.
Okay. So, you are looking at the dagger. There's a little bit of dried blood on there. Only enough that it seems like it just barely, like maybe scratched someone's cheek, maybe, or maybe poked them in their finger, or just tiny little bit of blood on it.
If you want to look at it further, I'll assist you, because I'll come back to the room and say, "Well, what do you think, Karu?"
Well,
and it doesn't, from your extensive knowledge of bladed things, the tip isn't dulled, so it wasn't embedded in a wall.
So there was a different kunai used. That's what I'm getting off this.
What?
But where's the other kunai?
Is that what we should be looking for?
I mean, it's just an idea. I find it interesting that this one has any blood on it, but the fact that it wasn't used, because it's like right next to the where the hole was, right?
Right, it's right there.
But it's not dulled.
No, doesn't seem like it's been used to cut anything.
But when you ran into the room, the fight wasn't in the bedroom, right?
True.
It was in
I don't
the
know
living room.
what happened in the bedroom. It was dark when I got here. When I turned the lights on, that's all I saw was them in the living area.
Living room, right?
Yeah.
Oh. But that's where you found him, was in the living room.
Oh,
He didn't.
one
He
thing
wasn't
I should
bleeding, was
mention.
he?
One thing I should mention, also besides the kunai, you see a lamp, like a lamp, or something similar to a lamp. We'll just go with a lamp, laying in the corner beside the hole. Wait. No, never mind. Never mind, forget that.
Okay. All right.
The lamp never was.
The lamp never was. I'm trying to remember everything in my head of what happened. I have it written down somewhere, so I'll have to go find it. Not exactly sure where.
And basically, the general idea, though, is it seems like this whole situation, unless you want to say it, it seems as though Vera was possibly meditating in the center of her bed before anything occurred. Max happened to use his tools
Tool snuck
to
in.
break into the room.
Right.
It was dark. Contact wasn't made until they reached the bedroom in which Max was in cat form. When he was spotted by Vera, Vera jumped out of the bed while throwing a kunai towards him, grazed him, continuing with the kunai continuing into the wall, which apparently isn't the case. There was 2 different kunai used, but where is the other one? After which Max fled the bedroom into the living area, which I can only assume Max was tripped over the couch, possibly, and was pinned over by Vera.
Right.
Whenever
And that's when you came in.
Yes. I reached the room, turned the lights on, and that's how I saw it.
Was he bleeding when you found him too?
Was he injured?
There was a small,
Anime scrape? Was it visible? Is what I'm asking. Like, you know, hit him in the cheek or something.
I don't remember. I will tell you later.
Okay.
Just write it down and ask me later.
I can't quite recall if he was or not. He looked mostly fine, except for being resistant and yelling. Must not wake Lucilia. That was the strangest part of it all, honestly.
Missing kunai. So I wonder if we find the kunai, the only one who might know and keep obsessive track possibly of her kunais would be our victim here. You think?
Yeah, I guess we could ask Vera where the other kunai went.
Around this time, Lucilia and Vera walk into the room.
Walk into this disaster area, you mean?
Yes. Lucilia kind of walks in, and it's kind of comical. She kind of walks in the room, and she says, "So, have you made any progress?" And then she just stops and blinks for a second, and she just
Survey
looks
of the
around the
damage.
room, and she says, "Was there another incident while we were gone?
What do you mean?
I don't recall the room being quite like this."
Well, we did need to...
Vera just nods and she says, "It was not." She kind of gives all of you a glance.
I'm going to attempt to lie here and say that we were just attempting to be thorough. This is a hard lie.
Actually, that's not really a lie per se, but I mean, I don't know.
The we part is...
Give me a soul.
Yeah, the we part is because I and you and Lawrence were trying to be thorough, but I'm saying
I was being thorough too.
Yes, you were.
Gosh.
Well, you did find a stash, so you said straight soul, right?
You
yeah,
found her
baby.
diary. You're convincing enough.
Yeah.
Then Lucilia frowns and she says, "I guess it can't be helped." She looks at Vera and kind of gives her a sympathetic look. And she says, "Well, have you found anything?"
We found a kunai that originally possibly struck I'm saying possibly, but most likely struck Max. But there seems to be another kunai that struck the wall. Isn't that right, Karu? We just cannot find it. Because there was one that you said went into the wall, right? Probably, but
every
Yeah.
let's take about a 5 or 10 minute break.
sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Trying to make sure I got this.
Okay. Going back and looking at my notes, there was no second kunai in the wall. There was only the one.
Okay.
Okay.
It did appear, however, that there was a struggle at the wall, and the kunai was seemingly just left right there, and there was a small little anime scrape that wouldn't have even been enough to do 1 point of damage.
So what the hell?
Okay. So it is the same kunai.
You picked up, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but it was just left there.
So it is dulled or not?
Dulled? No, it's not dulled. Not at all.
Man, it's really good material, and it's gotta be made. It's gotta be. It can't be a soft tip kunai. Then it's gotta be a hard tip kunai.
Yeah, probably hard, sturdy metal.
Mhm.
High carbon, you know.
Okay, cool. These are some +1 kunai.
Yeah.
They actually are.
Dang it. Okay, so we know that.
Oh, you do know, picking up the kunai, that it has a range of 1 and has a property of 1 piercing.
Oh.
So
It's not a throwing
it's very
stone?
very pointy, and it also would do some decent damage. About, you imagine, about what your boken would do. That's the general stats of the weapon.
Still, piercing 1 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Passing. Is it armor or force? It's armor.
Armor.
Okay. Yeah. So
Force field armor.
very, very well made kunai.
Very well made, yeah.
Okay.
+1 kunai.
Gosh dang it. Yes, it seems these kunai are made of very well very well quality materials, I should say.
Lucilia kind of looks at you, and Vera kind of looks proud.
Proud to kill.
Wait, does she, makes me wonder, did she make these herself?
I mean, you could ask her.
Yeah.
But Lucilia just says, anyway, kind of brushing off what you just said about the kunai. Anyway, have you discovered anything useful?
A sigh. It kind of has been a bust. He didn't come in to steal anything, which I guess I could say is his usual behavior if he was to break in somewhere.
Oh, are you saying he has a habit of breaking and entering?
No, not a habit per se, but the skills to do so. But I
Tempted.
say it. The skills to do so. Does have the skills to do so, and then when Lucilia, when you delved in, you didn't pick up that anything like similar to what I picked up. You and I picked up that he had no actual ill intention.
I saw nothing.
As did I. I asked was the last thing he thought of when he went to sleep.
And
And
he
it had
was
to
thinking
be
of
about
me.
making that apology. Yes. It had nothing to do with thoughts of coming here at all. If we are facing something that's
It was
amplifying our
by
emotions,
the way, it was unsavory thoughts.
unsafe thoughts.
Unsafe, not safe for work.
Oh, not safe for work. Oh God. Jeez. But if there's anything that if we have that theory that there's something that amplifies emotions, then I don't know if we can.
And
We need to
apparently
figure out a trace.
completely wipes someone's recollections because his mind, his memory of that time was completely empty. Not even he himself knows. So, it is like he said. He simply woke up here, as far as he knows.
Now we just gotta figure out what is hyping up our emotions. And how is somebody targeted? And who could be next? Before it happens again. Or if it does happen again, how we can contain it.
Lucilia kind of looks around and she says, if that's the theory we're going with, I suppose.
But how would we even detect something like that?
Yes, how indeed, how indeed. Well, perhaps we should have Vera explain to us explain to all of you what exactly happened, since apparently none of you seem to have found anything useful rummaging around her belongings. Vera, what is you remember last night? So, unlike Max, Vera nods. What happened? Vera just stands there and she says, yes, milady. I was... well, I had just gotten done with a chore and came back to my room. And some things were heavy on my mind, so I was sitting in here trying to clear my head before I went to sleep. And then all of a sudden, I see Max before me. And perhaps I overreacted, but with all that has been going on recently, I may have made an aggressive action towards him. And then he seemed to just go kind of berserk and just started shouting things. Started shouting Lucilia's name, and we struggled for a bit, and I thought he was going to stab me with my own kunai, but well, Lucilia intervened just in time, and he tried to flee, and then, well, that's when Karu came to assist. That's about it. Lucilia looks around and she says, does that seem to line up with everything you have found here? She's looking at all of you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. As I set down the magazine I had been looking at about with the guns.
That's right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Vera looks at that and there's a very slight blush in her cheeks.
Gundere.
Lawrence just walks back into the room and he says, we found that he also broke in, or they did. And,
Yes,
and,
no forced entry.
And Chiho says, and there aren't any weapons behind the paintings, I checked.
Speaking of that,
But we did find what was under the bed as I glanced back to the bedroom.
Lucilia says, what do you mean?
Oh, her bag with the stuff.
You're being awfully vague.
Well, you know, her private stash.
oh my gosh.
Private stash of what?
Knives.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I sigh. That makes sense.
You visibly see Lucilia roll her eyes.
My knife stash.
And she just says, yes. Anyhow, it appears that we are at a dead end. Vera says, it appears so, my lady. None of you know anything else. Nothing strange has gone on over the last few days, nothing?
Trying to recall anything weird. We've been eating we chilled out. We scared the shit out of each other. But but the thought of like apologizing was like in his mind. Apologizing for what? The whole joining in on the slumber party fiasco.
Lucilia says, that does bother me a bit. He does not seem the type to mull.
Or even care about an apology, really.
Oh well, who can know what's in a person's heart?
To be fair, I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I mean, yes, that was the main thing he was going over, but he also mentioned that he was worried that Vera may aggress on him if he had done anything to apologize.
Yeah.
So maybe that emotion overrode his decision. So instead, he went to deal with Vera.
Did he not say that he came up to this floor but left? Lucilia looks at Vera and then looks at Yukaru and he says, "You didn't hear anything. Neither of you?"
I remember when he said that, but because he said that when we were talking to him, right?
Yeah. He said that he accidentally hit the wrong floor, and when he was thinking about apologizing, and then he thought about apologizing, and then he decided against it. Vera just shakes her head.
Yeah, but I don't see Max having that kind of fear of Vera. I mean, not to say that you couldn't make someone afraid, but I don't see Max to be the type to worry about that necessarily. I do, however, know. You know, this is going to be a little bit of a jump, I think, but what if the emotions are. They're influenced or amplified, possibly, but also maybe based off someone else's emotions?
I just tilt my head.
As if they're
Mhm.
implanting their emotions onto them?
Like
I
some
don't-
sort of possession?
I don't know about that.
Lawrence says, "Well, you did see how Max kind of got really, really emotional. He started, crying."
And he's not the kind of just cry like that. Ugh. This is very strange. I feel like we need to talk to a shrine maiden more than a detective.
Shrine maiden.
My thought is, if someone, say, had and this is gonna again be a little far-fetched, but say someone had interest in Lucilia, a fear of Vera, and also would be very upset at the thought of potentially dying. Like, who would have that sort of feelings, I suppose?
Chiho just says, "Max!"
I'm gonna say he was influenced in that sort of way, and that wasn't his actual emotions.
Chiho kind of whispers in your ear, Akiho, "I don't know what's going on right now."
Akio just kind of shakes her head and shrugs, but continues to listen because crime novel unraveling.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone give me a soul check.
Soul brother check.
As you scan the emotions of everyone in the room.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Megumi.
13. I didn't lose everybody. Okay. Am I muted?
No.
Did you
No.
did you hear all of the thunder earlier?
Oh yeah.
That was insane.
It wasn't
Oh.
very close, but it was definitely apparent.
It was so loud and this place was shaking. Here.
I'm gonna slowly turn my head to Lawrence and just like look at him. Lawrence, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this. I'm just really worried about everybody else. We just have to keep our, I don't know, our ears open and, I don't know, bring the teachers in on this. I say kind of in jest. Like they've been doing sure of a bang up job.
Look, Vera says, I think they've done everything we have.
Yeah.
They kept Max up most of the night asking endless questions.
Right. Lawrence, are you... I gotta focus on him again. Is something wrong? You look uncomfortable.
No, not really. Just worried is all.
You're worried you're going to get in trouble?
No,
Or hurt?
no. He's starting to look confused.
I'm just kind of curious. You're both of the things that we just described us a couple seconds ago.
What do you mean?
Fear of Vera and for whatever reason, because I gotta add that in there, liking of Lucilla.
Uh,
Now he's nervous.
now he's nervous.
I'm going to lean forward towards him and begin a slight interrogation.
The slight interrogation.
A
Just
slight interrogation.
Slight torture.
Slight
Yeah,
torture.
He's
Psychological.
kind of leaning back as you're doing that, and he's like,
We're all friends here, and friends wouldn't hide stuff from each other, especially when something dangerous is happening, would they? Playing on his
He's
emotions.
like, no. He's just like looking
Looks
up
like
at you.
It looks like I'm just picking at him.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
But I was like, are you sure, Lawrence, are you completely aware of all your powers?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, is there anyone here that's not? I don't. Chiho raises her head.
Of course. It was Chiho all along. No, I was kidding.
Yes.
But no, I'm just, because if anyone is both scared of Vera and like Lucilla, it would be you. It would fit that profile perfectly, and you'd be the one projecting your emotions onto her, or onto Max, if that was the case.
Well, I don't think I can do that.
I kind of just look at the others. I don't know. That's just my guess, but that's what I picked up. Sorry to put you on the spot there, Lawrence. And Lucilla, I guess. It was mean. I kind of maybe outed his crush.
He just kind of looks down and starts twiddling his thumbs again. He's just like, it's okay. And he looks up at Lucilia, and he looks at Vera, and then he looks down at the ground.
I just
And-
go and tap him on the shoulder in like,
He,
like-
he kind of jumps, and he's like, oh, Akiho?
just. It's all right. I know you like her. Or I'm just like whispering, but you know, like it's in front of everyone, of course.
Right, like
So,
a
like-
stage whisper.
Kind of, yeah. It's like I know you like her. You need to go for it sometime, you know.
His face is just red. He's just I don't want to talk about this anymore, guys.
Gosh.
I don't have. Yeah. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Akio looks like he was gonna say more, and then just leaves it and steps away.
Lucilia just kind of goes. Anyway.
Well,
We're at a loss here. Oh well. Like I
Well-
said, I really think we need to talk to a shrine maiden. I just shrug.
Get an exorcist going.
Yeah. But that's still a theory I'm having. Maybe it's some unknown power. Someone's
Well,
manifesting something.
Lucilia
Causing lives.
Lucilia says, well, if we suspect it is a power unknown, and there is only one of us here who has no idea of their capabilities, she looks at Chiho and she says,
Yeah.
I guess there's only one suspect. Chiho looks around and she says, who?
It was Chief all along.
And then she says, guys, why are you looking at me all funny?
There's no way Chiho could pull this off. I'm not buying it at all. Which makes me a perfect blind spot.
Okay. Did you say that out loud?
No.
Okay. Saphira kinda puts her hand on her chin and she says, Lucilia.
okay.
I was thinking Saphira for some reason. There's so many names.
There are some.
Lucilia just says, You really have no idea, Chiho? Chiho kind of does that hand on her chin, looking up at the ceiling, like thinking hard face, just like, other than holding my breath for a really long time. Nope.
Have you ever tried breathing underwater?
No. People can't breathe underwater.
Yeah, most people can't, but you might be an exception. I don't know.
I don't know if I would chance it though. At least not without.
I'll give it a try.
Just
Let's wait till we have
I mean,
Miss Sappho.
I can do it now.
Let's not.
Oh, I wanted to find out if I could breathe underwater.
Let's wait for Miss Saffra. We'll make sure she's around to supervise, all right? And then we can try.
Lawrence says, well, actually, no, Sora actually says this. Didn't the teachers say they know all of our powers? We could ask them.
They did, but the thing is, there was mention that there might be a hidden power that they're not aware of.
Did they say that?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
I don't
well.
either.
Oh well.
Oh,
Lawrence says, I didn't hear that either.
You didn't.
But you did not hear it.
Only while me and Lucilia were heading to go see Vera after the breakfast this morning.
If I recall, they said it's possible someone might hide a power, but who knows what methods they use to acquire that information anyway. Who knows how reliable it is? I'm very seriously questioning their sources.
Whether there might be a hidden power. I mean,
Whether they know the extent of our powers or not.
I suppose that's
That
fair.
could be a bluff. Although it is interesting that they did manage to gather all of us here, and we all do appear to have some kind of anomaly.
Well, they had to have someone be looking out for people who have interesting talents.
Which begs the question. How did they find Chiho? If she doesn't even know her power herself.
Chiho BBEG.
If she can hold her breath underwater for forever and swim really fast, I would say that's not a common talent for people.
Fair enough. I don't know much about sporting activities. Well, I suppose that is everything that we know thus far. So, in conclusion, what do all of you believe?
Ghosts? Is that
No.
what you said?
No, I didn't say it. But I'm thinking it's either some awakened power or a spirit. Because I cannot figure this one out.
Lawrence.
There's no motive.
Lawrence says, well, I for one, I'm still not convinced it's not just, someone like controlling people's minds for that. I'm still not unconvinced of that.
Putting us in a battle royale. Then we just need to find the suspect. I guess.
Lucilia looks towards you, Akiho, and she says, "And you? What are your thoughts?"
Aliens.
She frowns.
I actually have no idea. I really liked your magazines though. I was thinking orange would go good with Megumi, right?
Oh
Ve-
gosh.
Vera just
I just slumped my head.
Vera just looks up and kind of looks at Megumi and kind of looks back at you.
The autumn orange dress.
Let's give her a roll. Less capable soul. So this is -2. So
The only
a
two
7.
remaining characters alive.
She just kind of does that shrug thing where she has like both of her palms up like, oh. She
We'll all die. Yeah. Go ahead.
Lucilia just
Oh.
frowns and she hold on.
Ah, there we go. You saw my side narrative, Chiho v. Lawrence.
Okay. Lucilia looks over at Chiho and she says, "And what about you? What do you think?" Chiho gets really quiet for a second as she like looks down at the ground and goes, "Mm." What if it's like some kind of virus, right? Like that jumps from person to person and it like makes them go crazy and attack their friends, right? And like if you get scratched by the person with the virus, you turn into a crazy person too, and then you get like a crazy desire to start eating people's flesh. And Lucilia just holds up her hands like that's quite enough, Gio.
Zombies.
But
We've
was
heard everything. Aliens,
Vera's-
ghosts, zombies.
And
if it is a virus, was Vera scratched?
Oh gosh.
Sora says, "Oh, I've seen that movie." Chiho says, "Ah, I know, right? It was so good, wasn't it?" And Sora says, "Yeah, it was pretty good. Kind of bloody." "Ah, I thought it was great." Lucilia says, "Back on track. Back on track. Sora, do you have any insights?" No. Sora kind of scratches his chin and he says, I don't know. But it's sure weird." Honestly, what I think, Sora says, he says, "I think there's some grand mastermind behind all this. That's just me." Lucilia says, "Oh, what grand mastermind? What do you mean?" And he says, "Well, when you think about everything, I mean, we're all here, right? And we all have these powers, right? And someone just gathers us all to an island, and then we start all doing strange things we've never done before, and, you know, dropping off buildings and attacking people. I think there's something going on. That's just me." Is anyone going to respond to that?
I mean, evil mastermind.
Yeah, but who? One of the teachers?
Sora says, that's a possibility. Or they're working for whoever, um,
So, all
brought
the
us here.
teachers then.
I mean, Lawrence himself was saying something about, there's something on this island, right?
Right. And is there somewhere we're not supposed to go on the island?
Nah, I don't
Trying to
think
think. Don't think so.
I don't think there was a specific area we weren't supposed to necessarily. But there was pretty sure an unlocated space where your birds don't go to,
Right.
which was
I say snapping my fingers as you recall that. I forgot about that.
close to the center, which we probably guessed would be the bunker getting from Kretch. Oh yeah, I talked to Kretch about that. Apparently there was an old bunker there.
L-
Since
Lawrence is like, a bunker? Like
a military bunker, or
why would there be a military bunker?
apparently from what Kretch said, this island was originally used for military purposes during a war.
World
that
War
Japan
II.
had. World War II. And Japan used this as one of their military bases, but they've left it abandoned. So that's what's remained of it, is a bunker.
Chiho says, ooh, Nazis.
This is Japanese, not Germans.
Mm,
Japanese Nazis?
Nazi.
Japanese.
Nazis?
Zombie Nazis would have been cooler.
Oh, shit.
Well, Lucilia says, well, that was enlightening.
Does she look? Was that said in
By the
sarcasm?
way, Isabella has just been
Here
standing
the whole time, like
around.
standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just been standing the whole time. And Lucilia didn't even address her. While all of you were tearing through Lucilia's or Vera's room, she just kind of stood in the hallway. And she's felt very left out this session.
Oh, yeah.
And Isabella just says, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared.
Scared of what?
She just says, I don't know. The bad things.
The bad thing.
I don't want to break into anyone's room or jump off a building.
Then I guess we better go try and figure this out. We still have class tomorrow. Are we doing this after class?
But we'll have class the next day too, so we won't be able to do it then.
Damn it.
You have free time after the class.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have to travel a little bit.
Yeah. Like a weekend thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you planning on going?
The bunker, which is in the
Oh,
center.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm down, yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna need to spend a couple days. We can't just
It's
can't really
gonna
do
be
it
a
right now.
couple days, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing. Although he did mention that there might be a bunch of cats there. Forewarning.
Right. But we can handle some cats, right? Especially if we know if they're coming.
4 cats, maybe. I don't know about if it's a den of cats. But I'm sure.
Chiho says,
It's alright. I look
"Cats?"
at Isabella, and I was like, I'm sure we can handle it.
Here are those ocelots we were facing while we're at the waterfall.
Isabella says, I like kitties.
Heck yeah.
Chiho says cats. A whole lot of cats. That sounds really cool. Let's go.
Well, like I said, we're gonna have to take a couple days to do this, so we won't be able to do it right away since we'll have to take classes. the next
Chiho
month.
looks immediately bummed.
I mean,
She's like, oh. Just like that whole arm sagging down.
it'll be something to
sadness.
look forward to during the weekend. But I guess we should try to figure out if any of us actually do have any hidden powers. We should try to figure out if we actually have those or not. In case they are being used, like, without you being consciously aware of it.
Lucilia says, and how do you expect us to test each other for this?
Well, I mean, that's exactly kind of the answer is we'll have to test each other.
Do you have a way?
I don't know. Think really hard about it, project some sort of emotion, see if it sticks.
I'll try to breathe underwater, Chiho says.
I kind of slightly chuckle at that thought.
Again, let's wait till we have some supervision, please.
Okay. She says, okay. Kinda double bummed now.
Also, since we have 2 people who can read people's minds, we might be able to get a good tell on if something is trying to occur when you are focused.
Good point.
Lawrence says, I still say we ask the teachers what everyone's powers are.
I mean, we can, but if they don't, that doesn't mean we don't know if they know all our powers. Is the thing.
Or they'll even fully comply.
It couldn't hurt to try.
And Sora
yeah.
says, and don't forget, if they're in on it, they're not going to tell us anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Fair. I don't know. Like, maybe I could maybe see like one of the teachers being in it, but all 3 of them.
All right, so which one do we ask? Isabella says.
Probably Judas.
Judas.
Isabella says Cratch. Oh, Judas.
Judas is more, I wanted to say, friendly and possibly more competent.
I don't know if I like Judas.
What?
Going back to when he made me run up the stairs.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
true, yeah.
I know. I was gonna
A grudge that will never go away.
The reason I suggest it because his personality kind of just seems laid back. He seems very, if he's okay with it, then he'll, give whatever information. But yeah, I feel like Cratch should pretty much keep everything to himself, and Saphira, I don't know.
Lucilia says, well, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, I guess.
Does anyone know where Judas is? Lawrence.
check.
Lawrence says, "Oh, he normally goes running around the forest trail at this time of night."
Oh boy, running. Everyone's favorite.
Birds tell you that, or
Hmm?
did you have it?
Yeah,
It's a sketch.
they tell me all kinds of things.
Like what exactly? I'm curious.
Kill. No, I was kidding.
I don't know, whatever they feel like telling me,
Okay.
unless I ask them something.
What is it? Anything strange they've told you?
I mean, they're
I don't know
birds,
what-
so they say a lot of strange things all the time. But, nothing, nothing
Oh, okay.
too strange recently, besides, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
They just say weird things all the time, so I can't really. I can't really say for sure.
All right.
I guess if you really want to know, he kind of twiddles his thumbs. The weirdest thing they've told me recently was, well, um, he kind of looks down and he said, and he kind of whispers out, uh, that they were telling me how tasty rad entrails are.
Eee.
That
Kill. Kill them all.
look at it just staring at you.
Kill. That's the final thing before it loops. Kill. Yes. Oh, classic.
Classic. So, yeah, they say weird things all the time. Just like, hey, dead rats are tasty. There are rats over here. I don't care where the rats are. But, yeah. Heh. Why is everyone looking at me?
It's just that I guess I was expecting something different.
Is there something you want to know?
I don't know. I guess not.
What? Well,
Lawrence, you
hmm?
can tell the birds what to do, right?
Yeah. They listen to me. Eh. Why? Do you want them to do something, or?
No, I was just during the night of the ocelot attack at the waterfall. I wasn't sure, but I thought normally you mention you talk to birds or they tell you things, but it sounded like you basically commanded them.
Yeah, they listen to me. But I don't like telling them what to do because that's not cool. Uh, anyway, Judas should be running right now.
I guess we could go get him and see what he's got to say. All right. What does everyone else think?
Well, if we're gonna question someone, and it's gonna be Judas, we better hope that he's not the one that turns on against us, because he is quite skilled.
That's true.
All right. Lucilia is already walking towards the door, and she says, "Well, now that that's settled," she just sighs a real big, heavy sigh. And she's walking that way. Everyone else follows her. Do all of you?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Lawrence, Judas is easy enough to find. Lawrence basically walks straight to him. He seems to be sitting in the woods. Well, not sitting, but taking a break in the woods, and Lawrence walks straight to him, and he says, hey, Judas, Judas," and Judas kind of looks up in surprise, and he sees all of you there.
He looks.
Well, he looks in your direction,
Betrayal.
but force a habit thing.
I know, I'm joking.
Isabella is like, it's dark out here because it's late afternoon. And Judas just says, yeah, I don't mind the dark too much. What's up, guys? Why is the whole crew here?
Hey, Judas. We were wondering, you guys have records of all our abilities, right?
He leans on his staff and he says, "Oh, why you want to know?"
Well, we were wanting to know what they all are.
You don't know your own powers? Come on, guys.
Not all of us.
We're
are
still
aware
growing.
of the full extent of our abilities, so no. That's why when you guys mentioned that you have records on all of it, we figured we'd ask to look at it.
Well, I wouldn't call it records. It's more like just what they told us. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Going down the list, Akiho, he can heal people. Right?
Yes. And finger guns.
Let's see. He looks at Isabella and he says, "Isabella seems to be quite gifted with fire. Let's see. Lawrence here, Lawrence like, that's me." And he says, "Lawrence can talk and control animals, well, birds specifically. Let's see. Sora, Sora just kind of waves and he says, you do stuff with wind."
Stuff and things.
Lucilia, he looks up. Lucilia, you're a mind reader, right? And Lucilia says, "I'm well aware of what my capabilities are." Then he nods, and he says, Vera, Vera holds up her hand and she says, "I'm well aware myself." And he nods and he says, "All right. Karu, you seem to do stuff with ice."
It seems that way, yeah.
And Megumi, you can turn into blobs.
Yes. Among other things. But yeah, that's about accurate.
A goo monster.
Oh, and Max can turn into a cat. Is that all you guys needed?
So is that the
Lu-
only powers you have on record of us?
Lou, he says, "Well, yeah, that's pretty much it." Lucilia says, "What about Chiho?" And he looks and he says, "Oh yeah, I don't know, but she's weird."
She's weird.
Gosh.
You're not weird, Chiho. Don't listen to him.
So you
He's
you
the
guys
weird one.
don't actually have an exact estimate on our powers, do you?
No, not really. She's definitely weird though. She's definitely not normal.
Alright then.
We,
So, yeah.
we think it has something to do with water, but we're not something to do with water.
So it looks like we're going back to testing our abilities then.
Chiho just says, "I don't like tests."
That's not a test, it's just trying to figure out if we have any abilities beyond what we are aware of, I suppose.
Well, Judah says, "Well, is that all?"
I believe so.
All right. He picks up his staff that he takes everywhere with him, and he says, "Well, if you guys have nothing better to do, you're welcome to join me."
What's Akiho's reaction?
Megumi, are you there? Oh no.
Probably
no.
not.
Yeah, he's probably not.
He's talking.
Oh wait, we can't hear you.
I think he's snoring.
He might be snoring.
I'm alright.
Okay.
I heard the word snore. No, yeah.
All right, well, we're almost done.
Alright.
I was gonna say yeah, because he mentioned he's
Pretty dead.
yeah.
Dead, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Mind crush. No, I mean, what?
in that case, if you don't plan on joining Judas for his run, then
I do not.
then that would be a good spot to call the session, as it is now late at night, and you have done your investigations.
Best we could as damn kids.
Would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.